The Seattle Seahawks offensive line had a massive test against the Philadelphia Eagles, and to me, I felt like the Seattle Seahawks did a pretty good job. You know, there's two matchups in this game specifically that I really wanted to watch, and those two matchups included Damian Lewis against Jalen Carter, two of the best players at their positions, as well as Abraham Lucas against Hassan Riddick. I felt like that was a phenomenal matchup to kind of watch as well because Riddick's one of the better pass rushers and Abraham Lucas is finally healthy. He took every single snap last night at right tackle, which was the first time this season that he's taken every single snap. In week 1, he obviously ended up getting hurt and didn't play the entire game. And over the past 2 weeks, he's been rotating in and out with Jason Peters. So he also has not played the entire game. But this game specifically against Riddick, this was the test to see if this guy actually is going to be on pace to be one of the better tackles, which I think he definitely can become. Of course, we're going to get into all these snaps as we kind of go into this video and really get into it. Very fired up for it. Let's get right into the tape. Alrighty guys, so you're going to get a 5-yard run right here. We're going to look at the matchup on this one with the left guard, Damian Lewis, as well as Jalen Carter. These are the type of matchups that I think matter a whole ton. So on this play, you got a zone to the right, which means Damian Lewis has an inside reach here on Jalen Carter. But keep in mind, based off of Carter's alignment, he's aligned to the inside shade of Lewis, which means Carter is going to fight the reach block. So Carter has the gap between the left guard and center. And these are the best type of blocks because on one end, the left guard's trying to get in front of Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's trying to not allow the reach to happen. So they're kind of fighting for that same gap. And you guys can see on this play, Damian Lewis does a really nice job being able to get out of his stance super quickly. I think the Eagles defensive line gets caught off balance. I think it looks like some sort of quick snap. And you can see Carter's not really ready. And Lewis does a pretty good job initially reaching to the inside. Now on this play, as the running back hits his back to the inside, he could have probably hit it into this gap, into one of these two gaps here. But he obviously does end up bouncing it all the way to the backside. But this block right here by Lewis is a pretty nice job. Keep in mind, Jalen Carter is one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL. So to be able to reach on him is a difficult thing to do. And you can see Lewis does a pretty nice job initially out of his stance. And to me, that's a pretty good job right there by Lewis. Of course, Carter does kind of fight through it. And you can see Lewis does a pretty nice job blocking him. Let's get into the next snap. All right, you guys, check this play out. So you got a 3rd and 6 true pass rushing situation. Lewis is going to utilize the ghost move on Jalen Carter, and he's going to be able to stop Carter on this one. A really nice job here. Right out of his stance, if you guys keep it on the left hand of Lewis, he throws the left hand out there, referred to as a ghost move. He's trying to catch Jalen Carter off balance. Carter doesn't really react to it, which is a pretty good job in its own right. He doesn't fall for the ghost move. You can see Carter ends up locking in with Lewis, and he's going to try to bull rush Lewis, but Lewis is not one of those type of guys that's going to generally allow the bull rush. You can see Lewis does a fantastic job dropping the anchor within this one. You can see right there he drops the anchor, and he really shuts down Carter. That's a nice, powerful rep right there by Damian Lewis. One of the things I really like with Lucas is his pass pro. I think one of the things he does is he's very patient, and when he makes contact, not only does he make good contact, but he anchors down. On this one, he does a phenomenal job if you guys ask me. So the defensive end here is going to hezzy to the inside right there, and he's going to try to cross chop Lucas. So if you guys watch this play here, there's the hezzy, which is a fake inside move. A cross chop would be a right hand punch to the right hand of Lucas. And you can see Riddickson actually raise that right hand right there. He's trying to hit the right hand of Lucas, but Lucas has not reacted yet, which is a phenomenal job in itself to wait, sit back, don't fall for the little fakes and the hezzies and the head movements, and really just get right in front of Riddick, stay in front of him, make contact, and then anchor down. Really nice rep right there by Lucas. Probably doesn't get better than that one. And I do want to state this. It does look like he slips a little bit. So I'm okay with the, 2-ish yards that he kind of gives up as he makes contact with Riddick. Pretty nice rep. Let's get into the next snap. Check this play out. Lucas is going to block down on Riddick, and he's going to absolutely crush this guy. And he's going to move him out of the gap. I mean, to me, this is a beautiful, powerful rep. And look at the physicality right there. To take this defensive end who's a veteran in the NFL, has a lot of years under his belt, and just look at the movement that Lucas generates on that one. And look at the gap. Just straight up open up. 89 Disley also does a pretty nice job sealing off, making sure that Hassan Riddick is pushed out of there. At the same time, he's going to get off the block and he's going to pick off the D tackle there. And to me, this is fantastic. And even Damian Lewis, the left guard, great job pulling, getting out into the gap, picking off the linebacker, and this one popped for 14 yards. Check this play out. Watch the left guard Lewis and the left tackle cross. They're going to pick up the defensive line game. Really, really nice job by those two guys to be able to swap, recognize, see it, process it. Great job by Cross specifically to be able to process it that you got a defensive lineman coming on the game. Sometimes what ends up happening is these tackles don't recognize that, hey, a guy's running a game, and they don't get in the position to pick this up. In this instance, Cross does a really nice job being able to pick it up, and then it allows Lewis to get to the defensive end. And the offensive line here is able to keep a pretty nice pocket for the quarterback. So the Seahawks are going to run duo here, where they're going to get these double team blocks on these interior defensive tackles. I want you guys to watch the double team by the right guard and right tackle, and then watch Anthony Bradford finish the block on this one. That's a really, really nice job right there. For him to be physical and put down a pretty damn good player in Fletcher Cox. You can see on this one once again, good job with the double team. They're going to push back Cox. They're going to drive him about 4 to 5 yards. And then at the end of this play, the physicality right there by Bradford to throw Fletcher Cox. I love that right there. This play popped for 8 yards. Cross has to do a better job here going up against Josh Sweat. You're going to see that he's going to try to double hand punch Sweat, and he's just going to straight up miss. You know, if you're going to attack a guy in a pass set, you can't miss. You can see on this one, Cross, instead of waiting for Sweat, is going to take the fight to him. As he gets out of his pass set, he goes towards Sweat. He's going to throw both hands, and he just flat out misses. And Sweat at the same time is going to just chop down the left hand right there of Charles Cross. So double hand punch, Sweat is going to be able to swipe the left hand across. He's going to hit the corner, and the quarterback is going to have to check it off. So you got to do a little bit of a better job right there. The right tackle on this one does a phenomenal job against Riddick. If you guys watch this in slow motion, look at the right hand here of Lucas as he's kind of going to go back and forth with Hassan Riddick. I like that. I like the hand-to-hand fighting that Lucas shows. Really nice job latching with the left hand and then just kind of mirroring and staying in front of Riddick and shutting him down. This play popped for 15 yards. Kenneth Walker did a really, really good job against the linebacker there. It's a nice job. Let's get into the next snap. This play is one of the beauties with zone runs. On this one, all these guys are going to step here to the left. And one of these guys, I'm not sure exactly which one it is going to lose the backside containment. And Kenneth Walker is going to make them pay for a 23-yard touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful job. Great job by the quarterback getting downfield and also making a block. But this one right here was a massive moment, in my opinion, of the game. This was when the Seahawks absolutely needed a touchdown. Started the second half. They drove right downfield. And, of course, Kenneth Walker ended up scoring. Again, love the vision, right? The safety's going to step up here. He's going to fill the gap. And Walker's going to just cut this into the inside gap. Guys are going to flash into those gaps. He's going to cut it all the way to the backside gap. 23 yards on this one. It's a beautiful job by the running back. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Check this play out. So the sack is technically going to be credited to the center. But it's actually the right guard that's going to lose the snap. Going up against, I believe that's Brandon Graham. He's going to just flat out lose this snap. The quarterback just tries to pick up some yards. And you can see Fletcher Cox is going to end up getting the sack. This was 3rd and 9. These are the moments you can't have. Obviously, it's a rookie guard. And these are the type of reps you get better at. You're going to see Bradford just lean right into the defensive lineman here. And the defensive lineman is going to just chop with the left hand. And he's going to get caught leaning forward. As a guard, you don't want to lean into a block. You want to sit back, you want to wait, you want to let these guys make contact with you. If you see Lewis here, at no point is he leaning into anyone, right? So to me, you got to do a better job if you're the right guard. He's going to get caught, the helmet, everything goes forward, gets beat, and Bradford's the reason why this obviously ended up being a sack, regardless of if his guy got the credit or not. Not a big deal. Let's get into the next snap. The one play that the Seattle Seahawks have absolutely fine-tuned, it's pulling the left guard, getting him out in front, and letting him do his thing. This one right here picked up 14 yards. Just a beautiful job by the guys up front. One of the things with Abraham Lucas that you'll see on this one is he's going to down block on Fletcher Cox. Look at the angle he's going to take on Cox. Look at the movement he's going to generate as well. As soon as he gets out of his stance, you see him just be able to turn Cox. And yes, the double team's definitely nice right here by the tight end. Once again, one of the best run blocking tight ends. I believe I said this in the past, and some people crushed me for that take, but really, really, really good run blocking tight end. You see plays like this where he's able to make sure that Lucas is going to be able to seal his guy out. Now, Lucas obviously does a good job with the footwork. You can see the body is turning regardless. I think he would have been able to seal this guy off anyways. Great vision by the running back as well to be able to let the tight end get out into his block and just look at that crease develop right there. I mean, that's such a nice job right there by the guys up front. It's such a nice job with the vision by the running back to allow it to kind of develop. It's a really, really nice run. Check this play out here. You're going to get these defensive linemen to loop as well as this linebacker towards the left of the screen. At the same time, you're going to bring number 41 through here and basically have him blitz. And number 41 is going to blow the play up. This is 3rd and 2. A really nice job executing this play by the Eagles defensive side. Really, really nice job with the slants. Bring the linebacker through. And this play got blown up. I don't think the Eagles could have done a better job on a 3rd and 2 situation. They drew this play up. They designed it, they ran it, and they knew exactly how to attack it. They knew exactly which way the Seattle Seahawks like to run when they motioned the tight end from the left to the right. They called a really nice play, and of course, the linebacker steps up and makes the play. It ultimately doesn't matter because of a defensive pass interference on 4th down here. So they got the 1st down anyways on 4th and 3. But I did want to just point that play out because I saw some people talking about it, and some people weren't 100% sure exactly what had happened. So I wanted to point that one out. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. All right, you guys, check this play out. Bradford has to do a better job. Jalen Carter's going to just straight up beat him at the point of attack, just straight up swipes past him. And he's actually going to get a sack on this one. This was the play that was challenged. 3rd and 2 ended up counting as a sack. And the Seahawks, who were planning to go for it on 4th and 2, had to basically settle for the field goal. Big moment of the game. I know Bradford right now is not the starter. And he'll probably be the starter going into next season, depending on what happens with Phil Haynes. But Phil Haynes hasn't been healthy, which makes sense that the right guard in Bradford develops and kind of gets better and is able to come back next season and hopefully not have these type of things happen. Not a big deal. Rookie guard kind of happens. Let's get into the next snap. So here's the final drive in which the Seattle Seahawks went 92 yards and they ended up scoring a touchdown. I felt like the offensive line had a lot of really, really nice plays. Within this game, they kept the quarterback generally clean. On this one here, you guys can look across the board. Every single one of these offensive linemen do a really, really nice job. The slides to the right, so Bradford's going to get the help initially. And the right guard would technically release and help the right tackle if the right tackle needed it. Right tackle doesn't need it on this one. He absolutely shuts down Hassan Riddick. I mean, look at the power in the grip here. As soon as he locks in, he basically shuts this guy down and he anchors down right there. If you guys watch the left side of the offensive lineman, these two guys are in true one-on-one situations. Left guard's going up against Jalen Carter. Pretty nice job. Carter's trying to swipe, get past Lewis. It doesn't initially work. Carter does get a little bit of pressure towards the end. Left tackle does a pretty nice job as well. He's going to lock in with Josh Sweat. Sweat breaks away a little bit towards the end of it, but still a pretty nice job. The quarterback obviously had enough time, was able to get the ball out. A couple plays later, keep an eye on the left guard, left tackle going up against the 2 defensive linemen. They're going to once again run the game. Same thing we saw earlier. And these guys just process it perfectly. And a big part of it is because of Damian Lewis. The guy's very fast when it comes to processing. He's able to make the punch, quickly react, come back to the inside. On this one, you got a 6-yard pass. And then you got a 3rd and 10. This was the 34-yard pass by Drew Lock. Beautiful job once again. The left guard absolutely crushes Jalen Carter. Damian Lewis is going to do a really nice job being able to react against Carter, who's going to try an inside move. Carter's going to punch with the left hand. He's going to try to go over the top. He loses his balance a little bit, and Lewis finishes him for losing that balance. So that's a really, really nice job. And you guys can see that DK Metcalf makes a really nice catch between 2 defenders. Then finally, 3rd and 10, the play that won the Seattle Seahawks the game, the 29-yard touchdown pass. Once again, man, just a beautiful pass, beautiful route by the rookie wide receiver. The offensive line stepped up, got it done. Looked like this was some sort of man blocking as opposed to being able to switch and do those type of things on the games. A pretty nice job. I like the ghost move that Anthony Bradford's going to throw on this one. You guys keep an eye on him against the D tackle there. He's going to put the right hand up, and you can see the defense tackle reacts to it. So the right hand comes up. The right hand of the D tackle right there also comes up to try to swipe the hand away. So that's a good job right there by Bradford to be able to kind of throw that. and he's going to make pretty nice contact. Just a good job by the offensive line. I know it wasn't perfect. I know there were definitely moments where the quarterback was pressured, but do keep in mind the Philadelphia Eagles have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL. And the Seattle Seahawks did a pretty good job against that defensive line. Guys like Jalen Carter and Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis, Josh Sweat, Hassan Riddick, some of the best defensive linemen in the NFL on this defensive line. And the Seahawks did a pretty damn good job. If you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time with another video.